Lots of people joining right now. But wanted to bring this particular slide up so you can see again who is presenting today and be ready with your questions. And also just comments, you're always welcome to add comments into the chat. I think the feedback is really good as our presenters are giving their talk.
Okay, Michelle, I think we can start. So, hi everyone. Welcome back to our series of webinars, the monthly webinar. And today we will be having the 5th international talk on green business, sustainability, and climate action. And we will be having 3 guest speakers. So this series of webinar is being conducted and organized jointly by the Global Ambassadors of Sustainability and the Global Green Chamber of Commerce. So I'm inviting the CEO of the Global Green Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Michelle Thatcher, for an opening remarks.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Bassam. And because we are a global green chamber, I just wanted to talk briefly about chamber power. Chambers were started in 1599 in Marseille, France. There's about 20,000 globally, 8 to 10,000 in the United States, and very diverse chambers in almost every single country in the world. We feel that we have an expansion that's happening already. Lots of different green chambers down, especially in Latin America, and of course, we in the U.S. Green Chamber starting up in the Middle East and the Asia Pacific. But with this, with green chambers, we really see the connection between business, academia, and chambers coming together, and that's part of what, bringing the academic world with the business world here. We have councils to invite you to join us. We have a Deans of Sustainability. Dr. Wassam with his connections, has engaged with over 60 deans from universities around the world. We do have an upcoming new series, Global Forum on Academia Industry Partnership for Sustainability. So keep an eye out for the notices on that particular new webinar series. And we are looking to do May, June 2025 of coming together in person. And so we'd love to meet with each of you in person. And that will be, we'll put out the exact date coming up soon. And you're always welcome to contact us. And I will hand it back to Dr. Wassam to do introductions. But we're so honored to have our speakers with us today. And thank you, Dr. Wassam, for bringing us all together.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michelle. And now we will start the presentation. So I'll invite the first speaker. And we will have the first speaker, Mr. Massimo Imperato. And Mr. Massimo is the Dean of School of Architecture and Interior Design from the Canadian University of Dubai. So the floor is yours, Mr. Massimo.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Michelle, and thank you, Dr. Wassam, for your nice introduction. I'm very pleased to be part of this panel today. Let's see if I can share my screen. Doesn't let me share.
It's not letting you share?
No.
Let's see. Dr. Bassam, did you make him a co-host?
No, it's not an issue of hosting. I think I can, but for some reason it doesn't let me show the slides.
Interesting.
Let me see if I can close the file and reopen, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Maybe we can move to the next speaker, then we'll go back to you, Mr. Massimo.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, please go.
Yeah, sure. So let's go to the next speaker, and the next speaker will be Associate Professor Hasia Karima Adli. And Dr. Hasia is the founding dean of the Faculty of Data Science and Computing from the University of Malaysia, Kelantan. So the floor is yours, Dr. Hasia.
Hi everyone, it's actually evening from Malaysia. So, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished speakers, guests, and everyone. So it's a pleasure to be here today to share my humble perspective, okay, about our exciting and timely topic today. So, and then I want to start to thanking Dr. Bassam for inviting me as a speaker today. And I need Dr. Bassam's help to share my slide.
Okay, let me.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm afraid that my internet connection is not very strong, especially in the night. So here is already night at Malaysia. It's already almost 10 p.m. So anyway, sorry for the inconvenient cross. Dr. Bassam, do you manage to share my slide? So anyway,
Yeah, just one second.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm Hasia. You can call me Hasia, and at the end of my session, I will share my LinkedIn link so that maybe we can connect with each other. And this is my first time actually joining this huge webinar with the team. So I'm very exciting to hear from our distinguished speakers of today, and then maybe we can exchange some information later on during Q&A session. Okay, so this is my slide. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bassam, for helping me today. So yeah, so straight away, all right. So, and today I'm excited to speak with you about how data analytics can be used and drive the solar energy production towards a more sustainable future. So we will explore on how we can integrate the modern technology into solar energy systems that can significantly improve in addressing the climate change, okay, and optimizing the business practices. So my next slides. Okay, so all right. So, okay, so let's start with the concept of solar energy production. So the fundamental of solar energy production and some other key factors, okay, that influence its efficiency than the performance. So at its core, solar energy production actually refers to the process of capturing sunlight into the electricity or in the form of usable forms of energy like thermal energy for heating purposes. So the beauty of solar energy lies in the abundance, especially in Malaysia. We have hot season, sunny season throughout the year. So sunlight is renewable and inexhaustible resources. So making it one of most promising solution to fight against the climate change. So, however, the efficiency of solar cell production can be influenced by several external factors like geographical location. So, as my current interest right now is we are focusing on to study on what type, where is the suitable location, geographical location that we can predict the solar energy production. And as we believe that some spaces have received more sunlight throughout the year and making them ideal for solar installation for power grid. So whether conditions also plays such significant role as like cloudy or rainy days can reduce the amount of the sunlight available for energy conversion. So then lastly, the technology that we use actually matter, whereby advances in solar energy, solar panel design and materials can lead to greater energy efficiency and lower cost. Okay, next, please. All right. So as we look into sustainability goals, okay, it's important to recognize how solar energy plays a role in achieving several key global initiatives, like particularly for SDGs. One of the critical goals for SDG is like SDG 9, okay, industry innovation and infrastructure, whereby it's emphasized on the building resilient infrastructure that promote the inclusive and sustainable industrialization. So solar energy supports this by encouraging new advancement in the energy infrastructure and boosting the technological innovation in renewable energy. And then for SDG 11, like SDG 11 emphasizes on the sustainable cities and communities, whereby solar energy in this case provide clean energy for everyone, clean energy alternative that reduce our cities rely on the non-renewable resources that leading to more sustainable cities, urban development. And moving to SDG 12, solar energy allows us to reduce our carbon footprint, okay? And by shifting the consumption of from fossil fuels into the clean solar energy as a renewable alternative. So then it promotes the green energy technologies. And finally, we have SDG 13, of course, for the climate change, whereby this is we need to take urgent action to combat the climate change and its impacts. So by aligning solar energy production with SDGs, we not only support the global efforts to address the climate change, but also we can contribute to creating a cleaner, more sustainable future for our next generation and to come as environmental responsibility initiative. All right, and next slide, please. Okay, so for the environmental impact, addressing the climate change through IoT and solar energy. Okay, and so we talk a lot about the carbon emission reduction, whereby in this case IoT nowadays also quite huge development IoT in any sectors and in solar energy as well, whereby the integration of IoT and solar energy can significantly reduce the carbon emissions by optimizing the energy consumption, making automation to promote the renewable energy sources. So sustainable for SDG, it integrate IoT and solar energy aligned with SDG to promote the clean energy, okay, climate action and just sustainable cities. And then with the policy frameworks, okay, so essential to support the adoption and scaling of IoT and solar energy production technologies. And last but not least, climate resilience, whereby with these integrating technologies, it may enhance the climate resilience by providing communities with the adaptive energy solutions to everyone to withstand environmental challenges. Okay, all right, next. Okay, so for the best practices and recommendations for green businesses, especially related to solar energy, so it's important for stakeholder collaboration, okay, importance of the engagement like such as employees and customers of solar panel, for example, to have a shared commitment for the sustainability. So then from there, everyone can take the advantage of the stakeholder collaboration, including increased buy-in, okay, and improve decision making and enhance the reputation. And then for the continuous monitoring, using IoT technology, we can ensure the efficient operations because of the automation, and then it can identify areas for improvement to optimize the energy consumption and reduce the cost. Okay, and then next is ROI, return of investment. Okay, when we talk about the green businesses, so businesses can evaluate the financial return on the investment ROI of sustainability initiatives, such as reduce energy costs, increase efficiency, and improve brand reputation. And then last but not least is sustainability assessment. So it needs there's a need for regular assessment to measure progress towards sustainability goals and identify areas for improvement. So key metrics that businesses can use to track their sustainability performance, such as energy consumption, emissions reduction, and waste management. Okay, next. Okay, so now I'm on the role of solar energy in sustainable business. So, as I mentioned before, and as everyone knows, that solar energy is clean and renewable energy sources. So it's offer long-term sustainability and reducing dependence on the fossil fuels. So it's like we switch from a gasoline car to the hybrid or electric vehicle that not only saving the money but also helping the planet. So utilizing the solar energy can significantly decrease the carbon gas emission. Okay, and then solar energy can generate electricity at lower cost than traditional grid power, and reduce our dependence on the external sources and stabilize the operational costs. And from the solar panel, from the solar production, by operating their own power, businesses can become less reliant on the external energy sources, and then mitigate the impact of energy price fluctuation. Okay, right, next. So I would like to share on the solar energy production in Malaysia. Okay, so this is the current solar energy landscape in my love country, Malaysia. So Malaysia has made significant strides, okay, in renewable energy policies. As for example, like we have the Renewable Energy Act 2011, whereby introduce the incentive like feed-in tariff, which allow individuals and companies to sell their renewable energy back to the grid. Okay, so that's one example. And then other initiatives such as the Dasar Tenaga Negara, okay, 2022-2040. I'm sorry for the Malay language. It's actually the name of the policy. So, and then the net energy metering, NEM 3.0 program. So Malaysia is looking forward to increase the use of solar energy to 31% by 2025 and 45% by 2035. Okay, so solar energy is not only a strategic choice for energy independence, but also a crucial element in combating the climate change by reducing reliance on the fossil fuels. Okay, so next slide is stay on the landscape of solar energy production in Malaysia. So this is a summary of renewable energy resource potential in Malaysia, especially focusing on solar energy production. We have other type of renewable energy, and as for now, solar PV or solar photovoltaic generate the highest energy production in Malaysia. So based on the Sustainable Energy Development Authority, or we call it SEDA Malaysia, based from their annual report in 2022, Malaysia has significant potential for renewable energy resources, and reported that solar PV is the highest among all RE sources in Malaysia, with a total capacity almost 270 gigawatt. So the potential for solar power, solar photovoltaic is distributed across the country in Malaysia, with Peninsular Malaysia have the highest potential, followed by Sabah on the right side and Sarawak. Okay. And in addition, solar PV in Malaysia, we have other type of renewable energy like hydropower, small hydropower, geothermal, and bioenergy. So this highlight that Malaysia also have significant potential for solar energy production and its role in the transitioning towards low carbon energy system. So the countries, Malaysia received a lot of abundance of solar resources, obviously, and coupled with the ongoing efforts to promote renewable energy development and to contribute to a more sustainable and environmental friendly in near future. Okay, and next. Okay, so integrating IoT solution with solar energy system is like we imagine that solar energy system that can operate automatically, that can self-diagnose and optimize their performance. So that's the power of Internet of Things, so we call it IoT. So by continuously monitoring solar cell performance output, their system health, and other environmental factors from sensors, IoT devices provide real-time data that allow us to identify any potential issues early on, okay, before it's too late. So this is not only to improve system efficiency, but also enable preventive measures or preventive maintenance that reduce the downtime and cost. And the data collected from IoT devices is like giving truth of insights actually from the data, whereby we can conduct the advanced analytic tools that transform this raw data from IoT system into actionable information. For instance, like what we currently investigate is we analyze the solar panel performance to identify the optimal tilt angle of solar panel on detecting any shading issues on the solar panel performance. So by using data analytics, okay, and we can tune the solar energy system for maximum efficiency and cost effectiveness. So we can say that IoT is like a game changer when it comes to energy efficiency. So by we can optimize the utilization of solar generated electricity. That's not only save our money, but also helps to reduce our reliance on the grid power. So recently, it looks like many businesses and communities, even people have already seen the significant improvements in energy efficiency by implementing IoT solutions. So that's IoT, that's a powerful solution for the sustainable energy management, from improve efficiency and reduce cost to enhance the system resilience. So the benefits are very clear. Okay. And next is, okay, moving to the next slide. So at the heart of the IoT system, okay, of solar energy system, we have a smart inverter. Okay, so this device transforms the raw direct current power from solar panels into AC power that can be fed into the grid. So by ensuring the energy demands that match with the energy output, smart inverter enhance system resilience and efficiency to maximize the what we call it, the value of solar energy production. So when we have the real-time insights into the performance of solar energy system, whereby we have sensor technologies in this in the system. Okay, so by deploying the sensor in solar installation, we can collect, or we can gather the valuable data on the performance, the environmental conditions, and the system health. So this information is very beneficial to allow us for immediate rectification and enhance the operational efficiency. And the data that we collect from the sensors and other IoT devices is like goldmine of informations. So efficient data integration into solar energy management system provide businesses with holistic insights that aid in the optimizing the performance and strategic resource allocation. So by leveraging the data analytics, we can make informed decision to maximize the benefits of solar energy. And then the IoT equipped energy management system also provide businesses with the tools that they need to monitor, analyze, and control energy consumption. Okay, and this system empower the businesses to bolster the sustainability initiative through the informed decision making. Okay, so by understanding their trend, their energy usage patterns, businesses can identify areas for improvement and optimize their operations. Okay, next. So Malaysia, this is an example from the Malaysia. Okay, a notable example is the partnership between the Tenaga Nasional Berhad, the Association of the National Energy in Malaysia, and Kumpulan Melaka Berhad, we call it, one of the industry in Malaysia, whereby they use IoT technology integrated into large-scale solar farms. Okay, that's located in Melaka. So by using IoT to monitor real-time data and predictive maintenance and automation, these solar projects have significantly reduced operational costs and enhanced performance. So, and this case also highlights how how IoT can provide immediate insights into the performance of solar system. to allow us for proactive maintenance and to ensure that energy generation is at optimal level. So this is not only can lower the cost, but also to minimize gas emission, make it the solar farms more efficient and environmental friendly. Okay, next, please. All right, so this is the highlight of my presentation, introducing the AI, how AI is revolutionizing the solar farms. So the future of AI, the future of solar energy lies in the harnessing or using advanced AI technologies to make energy production even more efficient. So AI, artificial intelligence, nowadays everyone's talking about artificial intelligence. Even there are a lot of studies AI in prediction of solar energy production. AI helps to predict weather condition with greater accuracy to optimize solar panel performance and facilitate the predictive maintenance to identify potential equipment failures before they occur. Okay, so additionally, AI-driven energy management, okay, can dynamically adjust solar panel or solar energy production based on the real-time demand, balancing the energy supply and reducing the wastage. So as the world now turns to renewable energy sources, AI looks like as an emerging technology, as a powerful tool to optimize solar power production and enhance its efficiency. And with AI, we can improve the weather prediction, whereby it allows operators to anticipate the changes in solar irradiance and adjust the operations accordingly. So by optimizing the solar energy output based on the weather forecast, based on the sunny or rainy season, we can maximize the efficiency and reduce energy loss using AI. And another thing is predictive maintenance. So one of the most significant benefits of AI in solar energy is the ability to detect any potential equipment failure before they occur. So this approach, okay, can reduce the downtime, the cost, maintenance costs, and improve the overall lifespan of solar farms. And the balance through AI. AI play a role in managing the dynamic interplay between the energy supply and demand. Okay, so through dynamic energy trading, for example, AI powered system can help balance the grid, okay, by adjusting solar energy production in response to any fluctuations in demand. So this not only improve the grid of solar production stability, but also creates a new revenue opportunities for solar farm operators or businesses. So by combining AI with solar energy, we may anticipate that there are more sustainable and efficient energy solution, and AI-driven solution can help to optimize the solar energy production, to reduce costs and to minimize the environmental impact. Okay, next, please.
Sorry, Dr. Hasia, can you please conclude?
Okay, so straight away to the conclusion. I think the last slide. Some key takeaways from the topic. So in conclusion, solar energy coupled with data analytics and AI offer sustainable solution for management, for meeting energy demands and combat the climate change. And then integration in IoT, AI, and solar power production also demonstrate their potential to optimize the solar energy production. And AI will further revolutionize this field. However, the challenges are still there. For example, like in data quality from IoT, from the solar farm, and then data cybersecurity, okay, and cost. So this must be addressed through the continued research and investment to unlock the solar energy full potential for green businesses. So I will end my session with sharing with everyone my LinkedIn profile by scan the QR code there, or you may use the handshake instead to find my profile. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Dr. Hasia, for this interesting sharing. And we move back to Mr. Massimo for his presentation.
Thanks very much. Let's try again and see if this time it works. It seems that it works. Hi, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be with you all today. Thanks again to Ms. Michelle and Dr. Wesam for having me today. Let me introduce by saying that architecture as critical practice, as we see it at Canadian University Dubai, reflects and responds to the evolving needs of society. Today, as we face unprecedented societal, environmental, and technological challenges, architecture takes on a pivotal role not only in providing solutions, but also in raising questions which are fundamental about our future. In the presentation, I will explore how architecture can serve as a framework for addressing the most pressing issues of our time through the lenses of sustainability and the transition to the circular economy. Design for social innovation means leveraging the transformative power of architecture as a strategic instrument for addressing multifaceted societal challenges. It means pursuing solutions that extend beyond immediate needs, fostering sustainable and long-term initiatives and improvements. Social innovation in big cities is increasingly focused on creating environments that prioritize walkability, accessibility, equity, affordable housing, and the use of local resources. Walkable cities, in fact, promote healthier lifestyles, reduce pollution, and strengthen local economies. Accessibility ensures that public spaces, transport, and housing are available to all, fostering inclusivity. And equity in urban developments focuses on fair distribution of resources and opportunities. An increasing number of cities are facing severe consequences of air pollution, traffic, and noise. Urban decision makers, therefore, are continually looking for ways to change mobility for the benefit of people and nature. The 15-minute city was coined by Carlos Moreno, a professor from the Paris Sorbonne Business School. It is inspired by the idea of chrono-urbanism, thinking about cities in terms of time, proximity, and daily and seasonal rhythms. The mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, sees the 15-minute city as the ideal approach to replace car dependency in people's daily lives by promoting livable neighborhoods where residents can reach everything important on foot or by bicycle from their homes in 15 minutes. But how to make it? Shortening distances between production and consumption is key. Urban farming, we all know, is the practice of cultivating crops, livestock, or type of food in urban environment. There are multiple examples in areas with untapped potential. For instance, more and more buildings are being developed with the infrastructure needed to support community rooftop gardens. Other practices, like vertical farming, can transform existing urban spaces into dense centers for agricultural production. Shortening distances between communities and public services is another key topic. The greatest challenge that Medellin, the city in Colombia, confronted in its fight to inequalities and crime was to generate confidence and trust on the effectiveness of solutions. The metro cable played an important role in encouraging social inclusion and integration, connecting poor neighborhoods, literally but also figuratively, to the lifeline of the city and to its opportunities, economic opportunities, educational and cultural. Social innovation instead in rural areas revolved around key principles such as community empowerment, design for inclusivity, job creation, and heritage conservation. Empowering local communities allows residents to take ownership of development projects. Inclusive design ensures that infrastructure and services accommodate all members of the society. And job creation is critical for rural revitalization, including, of course, heritage conservation, because it allows for cultural identity and conservation of local traditions. There is a nice initiative in the US which falls under the name of Rural Studio, which is an off-campus design-build program rooted in Hale County as part of the School of Architecture, Planning and Landscape of Auburn University. Its core mission is education of students that goes hand in hand with research on sustainable, healthful rural living through both housing and the vital system they foster to ensure community thrive. They are committed to cultivating students who are both local architects but also citizens of the world. Rural revitalization in China, particularly after the launch in 2016 of the 5-year plan, began to implement the rural revitalization strategy to address the imbalance between urban and rural areas among regions. Responding to this challenge, the project that I'm showing breathes new life into Shanwan, a village that was almost being abandoned due to the movement of people in big urban areas. At the village entrance, a restaurant and a hotel harmonize with the natural surroundings, utilizing existing elements to celebrate a unique local identity. These establishments are captivating tourist destinations and dynamic community gathering, providing local employment opportunities, carrying sustainable economic benefits, and injecting fresh energy into the region. Another project, again in China, by Next Architects, that revitalized a village in the rural areas, which were abandoned as a result of the country's urbanization. Dafang, this is the name of the village in the Jiangxi province, had a regeneration of social and cultural values, but risked becoming left even more isolated due to the displacement of people. To help resolve this problem, the local government asked the Architecture Office next to propose a new master plan to give new life to the village. The architecture and landscape that Dafang was developing to become a creative village has become conceived as an interactive community that is constantly able to reinvent itself. And as a result, a new generation of visitors and inhabitants will be attracted and inspired by it. Design for Climate Change explores how architecture can contribute to mitigate the effects of climate change by means of nature-based solutions for the regeneration of the built environment. It requires a holistic approach that integrates nature-centered strategies, cradle-to-cradle principles, and life cycle thinking to address the growing environmental crisis. Project 2020, PARC 2020, was established based on the conviction that things can be done according to these principles and to achieve a balance between economy and ecology. The project is the first cradle-to-cradle optimized working environment in the world, built from the idea that waste does not exist and run with renewable resources of energy. The result is a healthy, attractive working environment with lots of planting and water. But nothing is forever, and this applies also to commercial buildings. And that's why all the buildings in PARC 2020 have been designed in such a way that they can be disassembled after use. Materials can retain their value and can be deployed again. Design for disassembly is an essential link in the realization of a circular economy. Timber construction in high-rise buildings, this is a building in Guadalajara, Mexico, designed by SOM, offers significant advantages in terms of easy assembly and disassembly, primarily due to the material prefabrication potential and lightweight nature. You can use engineering timber components such as cross-laminated timber and glue-laminated timber because they can be precision manufactured off-site and they ensure faster and more efficient assembly on-site. Since opening on Earth Day in 2013, the Bullitt Center in Seattle, it has shown that net positive energy buildings are possible anywhere. In its first 10 years, the complex has generated nearly 30% more energy from solar panels on its roof than it has used, which is enough in excess to power more than 40 homes in Seattle for a year. Digitalizing the built environment encompasses the integration of emerging technologies into the design, construction, operation, and use of physical spaces. From a life cycle perspective, it welcomes explorations on the transformative trends that digitalization has introduced. Digital twins allow for real-time simulation and analysis of buildings, enabling to predict performance, optimize energy usage, and enhance building efficiency. Building monitoring systems further complement this by tracking environmental conditions, energy consumption, and occupancy patterns. Building automation takes this insight a step further by enabling systems to respond dynamically. Data mining, in the end, is key in extracting actionable insights from the vast amount of data generated by these technologies. And here we have a very interesting example, the Edge building in Amsterdam, which is considered to be the most advanced office buildings, and it is known for innovative use of technology. The building is powered by solar energy. It features a high-efficient energy management system and incorporates advanced building technologies such as digital twins, IoT sensors to monitor and optimize lighting, temperature, and resource usage. The building prioritizes user comfort, environmental responsibility, and operational efficiency. There is a super efficient LED panel made by Philips requiring such a trickle of electricity that can be powered using the same cables that carry data for the internet. The panels are also packed with sensors for motion, light, temperature, humidity, infrared, creating a digital ceiling that wires the building like synapses in a brain. A dashboard rules all these systems, collecting gigabytes of data on how the building and its employees interact. A central dashboard tracks everything from energy use to when the coffee machines need to be refilled. On days when fewer employees are expected, an entire section of the building might even be shut down, cutting the cost of heating, cooling, lighting, and also cleaning. The building fosters innovation in the workplace with plenty communal areas for social interaction and team building, and a stronger connection with nature, including the beehives in external balconies. In this project, Sidewalk Lab in Toronto, a company that was established by Google, the company published its detailed plans in June 2019, and the project was introduced and presented as the neighborhood built from the internet up, as the most innovative district in the world. If the plans had come to fruition, the neighborhood would have deserved that superlatives. In fact, Sidewalk Labs intended to construct 10 mixed-use buildings encompassing thousands of residential units completely out of mass timber. This material has a lower footprint, quicker to produce, considering that we are here in North America, and cheaper than conventional construction materials. Besides the immediate benefit of increasing affordable housing stock, the construction project could have been provided an industry-changing blueprint on how to make affordable green housing at a profit. But the project fell apart into 2020 due in part to economic uncertainty in the wake of the pandemic and after criticism from residents and privacy advocates. To some extent, the project reflects the changing times, as society has gone from a place of techno-optimism, if you think, for instance, to Steve Jobs introducing the iPhone, to a place and a time of skepticism, scarred by data collection scandals, misinformation, online harassment, and outright techno-fraud. In other words, the tech industry has made life more productive over the past 2 decades, but the question remains, has it made it better? DFAB House marks the first time that a full-scale, multi-story building has been designed and built using advanced digital fabrication methods. The project is the result of a nationwide interdisciplinary research initiative in Switzerland, aimed at transforming the design and building process by integrating computational design and digital fabrication into architecture. Its design concept is based on leveraging the full architectural potential of selected novel digital building processes in the field of robotic fabrication, 3D printing technologies through integrated processes. Urban mining, a term that has become popularized in recent decades, can be defined as a practice of recovering materials for reuse from post-consumer sources like products, buildings, infrastructure, and landfills. By the application of urban mining, metal stocks can potentially be usefully returned to their respective material cycles, contributing to one of the key characteristics of the circular economy, in which all materials are cycled endlessly. And this project, the last one that I'm sharing, demonstrates how as a polluted plot in Amsterdam was transformed into urban oasis through a community-driven development. In early 2012, together with a diverse group of architects, sustainability experts, and members of the community, it was put forward a regenerative concept for the former shipyard. On the zone, they transformed 17 old houseboats into buildings, cultivated specialized plants to clean the soil, and adopted low-cost clean technologies to ensure circular resource management. An eco-hub and social enterprises, this project provides visitors with a unique experience from the moment they first lay eyes on its buildings. And the project has a full of experiment to test ideas for future circular development. In conclusion, in the face of complex interconnected challenges ranging from climate change to social inequity, it becomes clear that the future of architecture will not be defined by a single monumental solution, but by a myriad of small, thoughtful interventions. The next big thing in architecture will be made up of many small ones, locally tailored responses, innovative materials, decentralized systems, and human-centered designs that together form a resilient, adaptable framework for the future. It is through these collective incremental advancements that we will build not just buildings, but healthier, more equitable, and sustainable environments. This is how architecture can truly shape a better tomorrow, one thoughtful detail at a time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Massimo, for this interesting presentation. And we move to the third speaker now, Mr. Mus'ab Al-Hur. And Mr. Mus'ab, he is a senior specialist at the Royal Scientific Society in Jordan. So the floor is yours, Mr. Mus'ab.
Thank you, Sam. Good morning, good evening, everybody, wherever you are in this planet. Allow me to try to share my presentation first. I'm not sure if you are seeing my presentation.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure if you're seeing the full screen or what is the display on your screen.
It's only the first page. I'm not sure whether it's like fourth screen or
So
like
there
is
is
it on the
no,
presentation mode?
yeah, it is the presentation mode. So
So yeah, I think that will be tested when you move the slides.
so there is no notes appeared on the screen, right?
Yeah, there is no notes.
Okay. Good morning, good evening, everybody. Again, I'm Mus'ab Al-Hur from Jordan, and I'll be presenting today the role of NGOs in sustainable development. My contribution for today will be divided into two, let's say, sections. First one is speaking about NGOs' role in sustainable development, and I'll be presenting some case studies. An example of my work at the Royal Scientific Society, which is maybe the oldest research NGO in Jordan and maybe in the region. In the first part, actually NGO or non-governmental organization have long been at the forefront of sustainable development efforts, acting as a bridge between communities, governments, universities, and international organizations. Their contribution to sustainability can be divided in different categories, including advocacy, public awareness, research, innovation, community engagement, capacity building, and also partnering and collaborating with all stakeholders from local, national, and international perspective. The first part that I'm going to speak about is the advocacy and policy influence, which is critical from national and global perspective. Well, advocacy is about speaking up and raising awareness and pushing for change in the context of sustainable development. NGO use advocacy to influence government policies, drive public awareness on environmental, social, and economic issues, promoting sustainability at the local, national, and maybe international levels as well, depending on the NGO that we are addressing. The means of advocating sustainable issues can be in the form of campaigns, reports, grassroots mobilization, or even working directly with the decision makers. While advocacy is about raising the conversation, policy influence is where the change really happens. And NGOs play a vital role in shaping policies in different ways, actually. One of which is research and evidence-based reporting. Actually, NGOs is let's say, I'm speaking like my work, we are specialized in gathering data on key issues and providing good research reports that shape government policies and regulation. Also, NGOs are very good in engagement with policymakers as they often work directly with government agencies and providing the technical expertise to draft or amend policies that align with sustainable development. Again, one of the strengths of NGOs in this regard is they're also involving with communities in discussions in which NGOs ensure that policies reflects the needs and aspiration of people who's most affected by development issues. Finally, they also act like a monitoring party where NGOs can monitor the effectiveness and impacts of the implemented policies and help sending feedbacks to decision makers about the effectiveness of their policies. From the other perspective, public awareness and education, both public awareness and education are key to sustainable development because they empower individuals and communities to make informed decisions, foster a culture of environmental and social responsibility, drive collective action towards sustainable goals, and influence behavior, consumption patterns, and policy decision at a societal level. Without awareness and education, sustainability or sustainable development efforts are less likely to gain traction and have lasting impacts. NGOs are vital in raising public awareness about sustainable issues as they serve intermediaries between scientific knowledge, government policies, and the public, making, when sometimes local communities cannot comprehend the policy or the scientific outputs, but NGOs can act as a translator to these, let's say, documents to the local community and made them understandable and actionable for those public. And they can reach to the local community in terms of public awareness through media outreach or community directly engaging with community in educational workshops and collaboration, maybe also collaboration with influencers and public figures as well. On the other hand, education is considered a cornerstone of sustainable development, and NGOs plays a leading role in this by providing knowledge and resources to, let's say, mostly every segment of the community. When we speak about children's or youth, NGOs can providing the knowledge through school programs, workshops, in order to educate the next generation on the importance of sustainability and empowering them with knowledge and skills to make responsible decisions about the environment and their society. When we speak about adults and professionals, NGOs provide training and capacity building programs to individuals, professionals on topics such as maybe energy. Now, my colleagues here with us spoke about solar panels and architects. By engaging with these stakeholders, we can provide, let's say, tailored training programs for professionals. And for community in general, NGOs again work with local communities, particularly in every kind of in every part of the region, so they can manage to raise the awareness about everything. For example, through my work, I've been working on environmental impact assessment, and part of which we need to let's say listen to the community wherever they are, and let's say document their fears and expectations, and in which we can make them engaged more in the sustainable development process. I love this part of NGO's role in sustainability because it's my area of expertise, where we can provide research and innovation Actually, let's say before we start discussing this for NGOs, research from our perspective is about, in terms of sustainability, it's provide the data, evidence, and insight necessarily for informed decision making, helping us understand the environmental, social, and economic challenges we might face in the future. While innovation helps develop new technologies like circular economy and what my colleague Massimo has been sharing today is a very great example about innovation in terms of circularity in building design and construction, which helps overcome the challenges that we might find through the research. Innovation also fuels progress and drives this transition to more sustainable systems. In this regard, NGOs play a unique role in driving research for sustainable development because they often operate at the intersection of science, policy, and communities. NGOs can do that through community-based research, where we can identify local environmental or social challenges by collecting field data on any issue related to sustainability, like pollution, biodiversity loss, or resource use. And also through empowering local communities to participate in research, ensuring that solutions are context specific and culturally appropriate. Additionally, NGOs can collaborate with research in terms of research with academia and government in implementing large-scale research projects like renewable energy or research on climate change, or even to contribute to policy research by providing data and case studies that influence governmental decision on sustainability. And actually, I have a very good example on this part because we work in resource efficiency and cleaner production in Jordan, and we try to introduce different and, let's say, latest methodologies, technologies, and solutions in this regard to maintain, let's say, a sustainable production processes in the industries. And we, through this, we built a very great success stories with different industries in Jordan, which helps us advocate these kind of principles to governmental authorities to address resource efficiency in their legal framework. And actually, the recent laws incorporate resource efficiency in the legal framework in Jordan. In addition to research, NGOs are also a key player in fostering innovation for sustainable development. Actually, Royal Scientific Society has also have a daughter organization called IPARC, which is focusing on incubating and accelerating innovative ideas and innovators in Jordan. Through them, we provide mentoring and funding for, let's say, technical and financial support for innovative ideas in different, let's say, aspects of the sustainability, whether it is agriculture, renewable energy, green chemistry, or any green tech or sustainable solution that can help fostering the livelihood of population in Jordan. Also, we provide testing platforms for this innovation. In RSS, we have more than 44 internationally accredited laboratories where we can almost conduct any kind of research to public or local organization in Jordan. Additionally, in terms of innovation, sometimes we need to have pilot or prototyping the ideas in order to assess the feasibility of the new technology and make sure that social and environmental impact of new practices are addressed. For example, my colleague from Malaysia spoke about the solar panels. When we address a solar panel, for example, we need to address the risk of solar panel turning to be a waste. So we need to find, say, a circularity solution to avoid dumping wasted panels into landfills as hazardous waste. In terms of once we are sure about the feasibility and the safe solution from social and environmental perspective, we tend to scale and replicate the innovative ideas, whether in the same location or in different parts of the country or even in the region, if it's possible, through the partners we built throughout the years. In terms of community engagement and capacity building, without community engagement, development projects often fail to address the real needs of people and lack the local support necessary for sustainability. That's why NGOs are uniquely positioned to engage communities because of their grassroots connections and flexible approaches. We do that through participatory approach when we involve the community member from the early stages of any project, from the design, let's say, and planning phases of the project. Through that, we ensure their engagement and, let's say, commitment to the development. They feel like they have some type of ownership toward this kind of projects. A good example of this is the circular economy. For example, having it circular means that less waste of demolition waste will be ended up in landfills. And when we, let's say, engage community, they will help us finding maybe more innovative ideas in ensuring the circularity of a new product or a new building. There's another example of engaging community is making the community lead the solutions. Actually, I have worked on a project in Jordan. It was a funded project from the World Bank to support municipalities in different parts of Jordan. And actually, by, let's say, funding infrastructure projects into these municipalities, the selection of the project to be funded was from community. They suggest the ideas or the needs for them, and they then vote for the most urgent project to be implemented in their municipality. And the one they voted for was the project who was funded for these municipalities. Also, NGOs can maintain an ongoing feedback mechanism through all the project life cycle, which ensure adjustment is made based on community inputs. In terms of the capacity building, capacity buildings refer to strengthening the skills, resources, and abilities of individuals and communities to manage their own development. And this is important because it enhances the self-reliance of local community, in which capacity building empowers communities to take control of their own development, reducing dependency on external aid or NGOs. And also, projects become more sustainable when communities have the skills and the resources to maintain them. From our experience, a lot of projects have failed after the developer or the funding agency leave because the community didn't have the skills and the ability to maintain such projects. Also, capacity building will enhance the economic empowerment of the local community by developing skills and knowledge. Communities can increase their economic opportunity, which contributes to overall poverty reduction and economic development. Capacity building is about making sure that communities can stand on their own feet and thrive. How NGOs can do that? Actually, through carrying out training programs that addresses specific skills needed for local community. If we are talking about agricultural community, let's say we train them on sustainable agricultural practices like the vertical farming that my colleague Massimo was mentioning. Maybe I don't know. There's a lot of practices. Maybe harvesting energy as well. Or
Mr. Musab,
yes,
can you please conclude?
I will try to.
Okay.
Okay. I will be jumping to the case study just to give an example of what we are doing. Actually, this is a project we've carried out in 2 phases since 2015, and we introduced the transfer of environmental sound technology, which is an approach developed by United Nations Industrial Development Organization that focuses on sustainable production in the industries. And you can see how much environmental economic savings we have achieved with in the first phase was 12 companies from food sector, and in the second phase we had 15 companies from chemical sector. We also contributed to building the capacity of the local, let's say, operators on these industries in order to maintain this approach in the industry. And also we built capacity for the service provider to be able to replicate and scaling these service to more industries in Jordan. Just another example of adapting the test methodology to micro enterprises in order to be able to be more sustainable as well. And we were the first to introduce circular economy to in Jordan. And we are currently working on developing the roadmap for circular economy in Jordan. Finally, I'm putting a green chemistry project as well, which we have a main component for innovation and incubation and accelerator for innovative ideas that address chemical safety and green chemistry ideas for Jordanian. We are working on this project with Yale University in US. Thank you very much. I hope I was not taking more than my time. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Musab, for the enlightening presentation. And I think now it's time for Q&A. So I'm handling the session to Ms. Michelle to moderate the Q&A.
Yes, thank you so much. Just one moment. I just lost my questions, but let's see. We have one question. Oh, just one moment. Okay, sorry. If we still have Dr. Hasiya, and we have one question here from AKA or AK Asimov, which is which vocational centers preparing specialists to work on solar energy systems?
Sorry, could you please repeat the question?
Yes,
Sorry.
which vocational centers preparing specialists to work on solar energy systems?
Vocational center?
Yes, vocational centers. And if
In
we
Malay-
have AK Asimov here, feel free to expand upon that question if you like, but
You mean in Malaysia? In Malaysia? The center?
I think so. Yes, I think that's what they mean.
So in Malaysia, we have kind of industrial training institute. Okay, that one is offer such a training program that tailor to the construction or manufacturing and mechanical engineering that related to the solar panel. And then we have kind of we call it MARA, M-A-R-A. Okay, yeah, MARA. That one also provide the vocational education to empower any youth adults, and then in the same time to promote the entrepreneurship. And then we also have the very well known in Malaysia, we call it as a TVET. TVET is like technical and vocational education training. That one also for providing training for any from certificate to diploma levels in kind of technology, engineering and service industry. So there's a few that I can recall that related to the question. I hope that I can answer the question.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. And our next question is for Mr. Mosimo. It is from Eric. And the question is, what are the main challenges for green business adoption in the Middle East, and how can academic institutions play a role in overcoming them?
Well, it's a very difficult question, a good one, difficult. I'll try to summarize a few reflections. You may expect that a country and a region that has developed predominantly, and it's still very much its economy based on oil industry, should be not in the best position to make an actionable plan for the transition to sustainability and the circular economy. But there is, however, a very, very strong commitment that was also testified by the hosting of COP28 in November 2023, because not only the UAE, but at large the region is making a very important investment in renewable energy plants and resources. So green business is already happening in a way, and the country itself, because it is very much based on imported goods, because there is not an industrial economy of locally produced goods, is also starting to experiment on what I was introducing also in the lecture, which is urban mining. So to say in the words of Walter Style, to consider whatever we have today and we used to consider waste, it will be the resources for tomorrow. So the transition also to a post-consumer, post-waste economy and working predominantly on second raw materials, it is also something that it is happening. There are a few companies that are already active in recycling plastics. There is an important player in the Emirates of Sharjah, which name is Biha, who is managing energy and also waste treatment and management. So I would say that although from the exterior, the UAE doesn't seem to be in the best possible, let's say, setting to develop an economy based on green business, it is instead the opposite in a way. Probably because there is a sense of urgency to being ready to compete on these emerging global issues, also from a hot and arid climate as Dubai has.
Thank you so very much. Really important answer and question both. And for Musa Alhar, our third, another question from Eric, which is, what innovative technologies or strategies have you seen to make the most impact on sustainability in Jordan?
Yeah, actually, I've been responding to this in written, and actually, we have something like a royal decree about it is let's say a strategic plan called Economic Modernization Plan in Jordan, which incorporate many aspects of sustainability, which create a big, let's say, motivation for everybody in Jordan, like governmental agencies, businesses and everyone to let's say cope with this vision. Additionally, most of our funding schemes in Jordan, whether it's local or international, for businesses, SMEs, industries, are focusing on or requiring to have a good environmental impact in terms of energy efficiency, reducing the waste production, and etc. About the technology, actually, from what I've been observing so far, AI, IoT, and machine learning is taking a big, let's say, attention in Jordan, which will, I believe, will turn things around in Jordan in terms of sustainability as well.
Thank you. And that definitely leads me into the next question for Dr. Kasiyaya. And that is from Indira. And the question is, how can AI-driven data analytics be leveraged to provide actionable insights that significantly reduce the carbon footprint of businesses across different industries? Oh, and I think you're on
Okay,
mute.
so
Yeah.
I think, yeah, okay. I think I have answered the question too in the chat box, right? But then, yeah, I can repeat it here about the AI. So AI, we can leverage the AI and in terms of for the energy efficiency optimization. Okay, so we can use the AI to optimize the energy use across facilities and operations, and then we can predict peak energy usage time at any specific time if we can identify the peak usage of the electricity, and we can adjust the system accordingly. And then and using AI, we can forecast the energy demands and optimize the integration of renewable energy resources. And then we can have optimization of the process. Okay, so then from AI, actually, we can analyze the data from the production lines and identify any inefficiencies so that we can improve the resource efficiencies and reduce emissions. So that's all from me as for now.
Thank you so much. And the next question is for Mr. Mosimo. It is from Azizi Yusuf. So again, for all those asking questions, thank you so very much. It asks, well, first of all, interesting presentation. And then my question is your main challenge in applying social innovation. So what is your main challenge in applying social innovation?
I'm getting very difficult questions, I have to say. No, happy to be challenged. But social innovation is such a broad field, and let's see it from an educational perspective. At least we narrow down a little the broadness of the question and therefore also of the reflection. In an educational environment, it is very important to train our students, I'm talking about design students and for architecture and interior design, to understand that design cannot be carried out as an independent endeavor in which anybody, even like a team of professionals with their own expertise, provides solution to a given answer without interacting with the community that will be impacted or can influence the process. This is an aspect that is very important because mapping the stakeholders of any initiative is crucial to have a better understanding of the possibilities and also what we call inhibitors of change. In front of us, we can have people, institutions, situations that prevent us to moving on, as well as potential partners and allies in our tasks. So I would say that social innovation in design education and at large very much is can be leveraged by an attent observation and mapping of all the parties involved in a transformative process. So being it a product, being it a space, a service, or a building, what we really need to do is to have a better understanding of who is involved from a passive perspective or from an active perspective, because in majority of cases, we understand that we can find people that can contribute. And communities, in the end, back to the question of social innovation, are those that have a say, they have to have a say. The example of Medellin that I was making in the picture, or also the rural communities that can be facilitated in regenerating their villages and cities, have to be part of any regenerative transformative initiative. Otherwise, they will passively accept whatever is decided, let's say, top down. In a nutshell, social innovation should be predominantly a bottom-up process.
Brilliant way to end our Q&A session. And I personally want to say thank you so very much to our honorable speakers today, and to all of the attendees from all over the world. I think this is one of the most international communities that come together that I know that I personally work with, and it's just my pleasure to connect with each of you during these sessions. And I'm going to pass it over to Dr. Wissam, who has really brought us all together, and many, many thanks to Dr. Wissam and the Global Ambassadors of Sustainability.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michelle, and thanks for all the speakers for the interesting sharings, and also for the audience and their questions, for their engagement. And we will see you again next month. We will be having 2 events, one on the 16th, which is a forum, and one on the 31st of October, which is the monthly webinar. So we'll keep you posted on all the topics that will be discussed in the coming forum and webinar. So thank you so much, and have a good time, everyone.